Nestled on the banks of the Hudson River, Mikey Stadium.
Okay, we got a big one today.
And another thrilling edition of Army football.
Army.
And boy, do we have a fun one ahead.
Unbeaten. 6-0 on the year. This is our first trip here, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Stadium looks familiar.
Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
Okay, cool. Get the kickoff first.
And the Dukes will put total leather and we'll get started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So Army's return team will have that offense back.
The quarterback's thrown 14 touchdowns, no picks. Holy smokes.
He is the engine of the entire team.
I mean, he's the leader. He's the alpha. Everybody looks towards him. He's been
see if we can run some man coverage.
Believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Fighting off the defender.
Yeah, can't tackle that guy.
When you play Army, you know these guys offensively, they're always so dialed into their rushing. Understands their assignment and responsibility. It doesn't matter if they're running the option. It doesn't matter if they're doing it out of the spread.
We can tackle them.
Need to block. And as a defense, you better limit your mental errors or you're going to have a hard time slowing this rushing attack down.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Quickly
all right.
to the tight end.
3rd and 4.
Down, solid pickup, but a little bit short.
Bring some more pressure.
Down. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass.
Oh, linebacker. Where are you going?
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. And the Black Knights have this offense rolling. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Really nice stop.
Ready for that
this
one.
Senior leader.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. Snap it from the 40.
Please don't throw it deep. We will get burned.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground.
Ball's out. That's our ball.
Was loose. Offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere.
Please tell me he was still up.
It's so disappointing for the offense, too, because they
please tell me he was still
right?
up.
They wanted to come out in this game. They want to establish the run. They do that each and
Sorry.
every week. They had the 1st down.
Military members.
Just couldn't hold on to it. The defense now creates the takeaway.
And speaking of pride, that's what you pride
What a
yourself
hit.
on defense. Taking the football away. How many possessions can you steal? He had the 1st down, but you got there and worked on this all week long. Counting fair, stripping the football, getting the football out, and then falling on it. Nice job by the defense, forcing the turnover.
Good little opening play.
He's able to shed one
Almost
tackle.
forgot.
It's a pretty good pickup. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out
Just
early,
got enough.
be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Let's go down.
The most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of games all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the stick.
He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted.
I just got too amped up. I saw the post route open on the run across the body. That was just obvious disaster.
Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
No need for that. I just can't help myself.
First down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Unloads to the wideout.
What's that corner doing?
Got it. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5.
That's my fault.
Touchdown, Army! What a grab and go for the score.
Really
I
nice
got
job working the route, getting himself open.
too carried away with coming up towards the line of scrimmage.
This guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Keeps it on the bootleg. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Caught over the middle. It's Lang. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown.
Is our running back already sort of
play for this offense? They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Yeah, he's already kind of hurt.
Looking not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D.
Well, let's get an empty set where we don't have to
but finally, David, the offense
give him a couple plays off.
Finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life
something quick.
Really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
So now we've got some help.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Give to the back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
All right,
Can't
well,
we
the
get
offense
some
here
help?
trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got his man quickly. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They
quick.
move the chains. It's at the 37.
All right. He's back to
the
normal.
defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progression. Picked up the first. And we got
Hit my own guy.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid
That was a quick
contact.
first quarter.
Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. First down to start the drive after the break. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Lane.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Power football with the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off of the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Second and goal for the offense. Now trying to power it in. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, James Madison. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
Lining up for the PAT. Right down the boulevard. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Texas Tech is currently ahead in this one. The Jones is just jam-packed today, but the Scarlet and Black have struggled to really pull away. They're up by a field goal over Arizona State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
On second down, he's looking downfield. He's right on target.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming at him.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Got his man on the right. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. The Black Knights are flying down the field. Reads it, fires complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Line getting set on second down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. The corners are walked up tight. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Black Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. That screen just never got set up, and they're lucky they didn't turn it over. And here comes the offense on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Looking for the score. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Black Knights. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
Get it done. doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what
I have been muted this entire time.
going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
There we go. Excuse me, ref. I've got a date with the end zone. Let's go. We needed that. Although our defense could have used a breather.
He touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Now we're going to some different looks.
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. After standing on the sideline and wide, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go.
I'll take the SWAT, but really could have
yeah, this is the definition of complimentary
benefited from a turnover.
You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Hey, short.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got
We are going to send the house.
Cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to bully their way for the first.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. The sweet feet buy a little time.
Whew.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards.
Try to bring some more pressure.
There. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime.
Snap the ball.
Ball is at the 42-yard line.
That's why I wanted them to snap it.
Territory. Here's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass.
Yeah.
They're working that left side. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. After picking up a couple of first downs already on this drive, they'll snap it from close to midfield. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Passing for 210 in the first half.
For this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out fast. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Move the chains with that completion now on first down. He wants to throw it again.
Someone's going to come back and catch this. Nope.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. And the quarterback's by his lonesome on 2nd and inches. He's looking to throw. He makes the catch.
He hung on to it.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking to the end zone. And he's got touchdown, Army!
Got to get some pressure, guys.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16.
Not quite the fortune as the last return.
James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
No blocking, fellers. Didn't want to give some room.
Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
The receivers telling the
He's got
quarterback
it.
what they see.
Nice. Nice.
Crosses the 30.
Get out of bounds.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Dukes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Can't find his man.
I was ready for it,
He
just
took
couldn't
a
get
shot trying
play
to
off in
deliver
time.
that football, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Trying to get to it. And this
Dadgummit.
were able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Nothing is open.
Referee signals
They're running a
timeout
really
as the
good man
defense wanting
coverage
to
right
make
now.
sure that they have every big play coming. They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. The short hands, it's strong.
You gotta love
Just
that.
punt it. Let me get the ball back.
Statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and settle.
Yeah.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air on first down. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half.
Not the best first half.
In the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, one thing we can always count on is a great atmosphere in West Point. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle,
running the ball.
but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Blake Field inside Michie Stadium.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. They'll open the second half on the ground. Makes the stop at the 29.
That's what we were missing in the first half.
He gets 15
Not
on that
necessarily
play.
missing, but
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. They're getting this guy lathered up. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the running back from the
get
shotgun.
outside. Thank you.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react.
There's nobody.
Way, then I'll throw the football.
And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you could do.
We were just
It's now a fresh set
a couple
of
more
And he has a solid
ratings
gain before
for
the
that running back
defense
away from
bobbles him up.
blowing right by him.
5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a